Rock Out Loud Live. My name is Alyssa. And come on, bring it out. Thank you, audience members. So my name is Alyssa. I am one of the coaches here at Rock Out Loud, and also one of the coaches that helps out with a super popular, cool band called Element 5. And I have one of the band members here with me. Her name is Maya Barthwal. Everybody, give it up. Thank you so much for showing up and coming to hang out with us, Maya. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. So Maya's a piano player in our band, and so I'm here to ask you some questions about that and get to know you, and let them get to know you too. So tell me, Maya, how did you start with the piano? Just tell me from the beginning. When did you start? Why did you start?
I was in like 4th grade. And my sister wanted to play piano. So I was like, I wanted to play piano too. So
Is she older than you or younger than you?
Yeah, she's a year older than me. So then we started taking lessons together. But then I kept on going until now, and she like quit a few years ago. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. That's super cool. It must have been a little bit easier being with your sister. You did the lessons together?
No.
Like literally, or just...
But we were like learning the same things and had the same songs, so...
Gotcha. So did you start off with, I know you work with Jenny. So did you start off with Jenny or did you start somewhere else first?
I had someone else when I was like little, but I started with Jenny like a year after that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how did you find your way into working with Jenny? How did that journey begin?
Well,
did your mom or dad find her, or did you hear about her through a friend maybe or school?
I think my mom knew her. So my mom was telling me about her and how she was like different, I guess. I don't know.
Like, she's different.
In what way? No, just kidding.
She's lit.
She's lit. She's lit, but not hangry. Okay.
She plays more like pop music songs, I guess, and I just wanted to try something different.
Okay, gotcha. Is pop your favorite genre of music?
I don't know. I've always played like classical music.
Oh, really? All right, tell us a little bit about that. What pieces have you played? And
there's a lot of classical pieces I played. Right now I'm doing for Elise, like the whole thing. And I was in an orchestra before at my school.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So do you prefer to play on an actual piano, like a grand piano, or do you prefer the keyboard?
Definitely an actual piano, but keyboard's like the same thing.
They're very convenient for traveling, right?
Yeah.
So when you go on tour, you'll need a keyboard, right? So you were with Jenny. How long were you with Jenny for? You even are to this day, right?
Yeah.
And how old did you say you were again when you started with Jenny?
Maybe like 11.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And you're 15 now, correct?
14.
14. Oh, well, sorry. Okay. So yeah, it's been kind of a span of time since you've been with Jenny, and then all of a sudden, Jenny tells you about, let's start a pop band. How did you find out about this, and what were your thoughts when she first told you about that maybe we're going to start a girl group?
At first, I wasn't sure about it because I've always played classical, so I didn't know if I would want to do it. But then I did it. And I really like it now.
Yeah, it was a little stepping out of your comfort zone, wasn't it? Yeah, but that's how artists, keep going and become successful. Sometimes they have to just step out of their comfort zone. So that was very brave of you. So very good.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're in Element 5, and did you know any of the girls beforehand?
No, I didn't know any of them. I know, like, Tori and Lily knew each other before, but
Gotcha.
They're all new.
Yeah, everybody's new. And then you have little 10-year-old Sophia, which is awesome. So, and she's on the drums. She's amazing. And then you had Catherine, who's amazing on guitar. So you're all feeling very new about this, right? So what do you think is the greatest part about being in this girl band with these girls specifically?
I guess just like being with a bunch of people my age that I can connect with and play with. That like understand me too.
That's awesome. Yeah, of course. It's definitely it's the best when you can make a connection. Then you guys are working together on the same level, same wavelength. Yeah. And so Element 5, we went through quite a few band names before we got to Element 5. Do you remember some of them that you could share with us?
It was like North meets West or something.
Oh, it was
What
like
was that?
East meets
Yeah.
West or something like that. Yeah.
And then like Generation Z.
Generation Z. Yep.
Yeah.
And then there was Lotus.
Yeah.
The Lotus flower. Jenny really liked that one. I thought that was cool. But yeah, so we went through all these band names, and finally we came up with Element 5. And each girl, and because there's 5 girls, each girl has a different element. So what is your element?
Mine's air.
Air.
Yeah.
Now, how would you say you describe? You relate to that?
I'll just go with the flow, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, we noticed. So in everybody's, we were looking at everybody's individual personalities when we were making the band together, right? And I was like, oh yeah, Catherine's very down to earth. Sophia's got the heart of the band here with the beat, you know. So I'm like, she's always on fire. And then I was like, you're just so chill, very go with the flow, and you're just like, yeah, I like that band name. It's good. I was like, she's awesome. So I was like, I think air would be good for you. You just kind of go where the wind takes you. So, what goals do you see yourself for your personal goals in the band? And then where do you guys see yourself collectively in the future?
Well, I know we have a lot of shows planned, but I hope we just like build a big fan base, I guess.
You want a big fan base, yeah. And Maya was like the creator of our Instagram. So yeah, you guys should go follow us at
The official Element 5.
The official Element 5, yes, on Instagram. So tell us about what is like the hardest part about being in this girl band, and what is the easiest part about being in the girl band?
The easiest part is that, I guess, we all are so comfortable with each other, so like we could just tell each other anything. But the hardest part is like learning a song on the spot.
That is hard, yeah. And we have quite a set list coming up, so we're trying to showcase each girl in our upcoming song performances. And which one are we doing for yours? Somebody to...
Yeah,
we
Somebody
have a
to
mix
Love,
of
I
you and
think.
Catherine showcasing, so Somebody to Love by Queen, which is really an awesome song. And are you nervous to play it? Because it's kind of a crazy awesome song, but you know.
Not really,
do.
because I listen to that song every day in the shower. So I
you
know
go.
it really well. Like
Just
so-
on your own time before we even picked that song? You were
Yeah.
listening to that on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
Oh, so you were like very familiar right away.
Yeah.
Very cool.
cool.
What's your favorite song that you've played on piano this far?
I really like playing "Shallow" in the band because I
Oh,
got
that
to
seems
play.
to be the favorite.
I got to play like the guitar main part.
Oh,
So-
yeah, very good. And then even when we were doing "Shallow" for White Eagle Hall, my favorite part about your part in the band is when you go, you know, down the whole keys and you just go, and it makes that nice like jazzy sound. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so cool. But speaking of White Eagle Hall, tell me about how you were feeling on that day. Was this your first big performance?
With
Like in a band setting, I should say.
yeah, I guess I was really nervous right before,
Yeah.
but after like the first song we played, I was fine.
Could you see everybody's faces out in the audience, or is it like just kind of black out
It
there?
was just like black.
Yeah, that's when I was
Right.
like performing, I would always be so nervous, like with everybody's eyes on me. But then you realize it's so dark out there, and then you get comfortable. I don't know, for me at least. Did you feel that way?
Yeah.
Not being able to see most people out
Like
there.
I thought it was a really big crowd, but when I got on, I realized it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, exactly. But guess what? The crowds are going to get bigger.
Yeah.
So be prepared. You do so well, though. And like I said, you're just so go with the flow. You pick up things very quickly. I notice when Jenny just gives you, you know, the sheet music, you automatically can do it. And you can read sheet music very fluently, correct? Fluently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was that
Yes.
hard to learn? Because there are some people that just play strictly by ear. And then there's some people that read the sheet music and play by ear. So it seems like you have both of those talents.
Yeah,
So-
I guess it's like more enjoyable playing it like band music rather than like classical music.
Gotcha.
So I guess it's easier
Okay.
than my other stuff. Yeah.
Very good. So when I asked you if this was your first performance, you looked like you, before I said the word in a band, you looked like you hesitated a little bit. Did you perform by yourself previously?
I performed with my orchestra, but
Right, you
it
were in
was
orchestra.
different because it was so, like, crowded on stage with, like, all the violins and everything.
I imagine.
And with the band, you could, like, hear me. I'm, like,
You were pinpointed,
yeah.
like all eyes or all ears on you, right?
Yeah.
That's cool though. Like the stage is a lot more crowded with a whole orchestra. So,
Yeah.
do you think that down the line you would? Do you see yourself like, okay, Maya's like in her like 20s or in her older teen years, and she's doing more orchestra related type band, or would you want to do more definitely pop band? Like, is this just something for now, or
probably pop band?
Okay, very good, awesome. So speaking of pop, who are your favorite artists in pop music?
I guess Alicia Keys.
Of
because
course, yes.
I can
She's
relate to
good.
her the most because she plays piano.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think she was trained classically too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we have a really good piece by her coming up, which is that we're going to be performing.
Empire State of Mind.
Empire State of Mind, but like without the Jay-Z part. We have our own rap because we're cool. So, but yeah, so that's a really big piano part as well. Mm-hmm. And that also showcases Lily because she's going to be singing that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Anybody else that influences you too?
There's so many people, I don't know. I guess, like, the young people, well, like Billie Eilish, she's really young.
She's very popular.
I think she was, like, 13 when her song went famous or something.
That's so crazy. Wow.
So, yeah, that just shows that, like, we can do it, too.
Yeah, exactly. You're just only 1 year older than when she started, so that's so crazy to think about. Wow. But do you happen to write your own music with piano or anything, too?
Not right now, but I will in the future.
You would like to?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very good. So, is there, aside from all the famous artists and whatnot, who inspires you to keep going, to keep the support? Who's the support system here?
My family, I guess my mom.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is anybody in your family musical? Besides your sister?
No.
Do you do anything that excuse me, that you get from your family that's not music? Excuse me.
I play sports. I play field hockey.
Oh, cool. Very good.
Like my sister, but yeah. Yeah.
You're following your sister's stuff. I'm just kidding. That's awesome. So, nobody else though in your family besides your sister was musical. Like not even aunts or uncles or anything.
No, not even my sister anymore. She quit.
Wow. So you just really have that like natural talent and then that urge to keep going, that drive. So that's really great. That's amazing. So let's see. What is a piece of advice that you'd give somebody if you could about anything within music? It could be anybody, any age. It's the biggest piece of advice you give.
I guess like sometimes you'll feel like you can't do it, but you just have to know that you can. Right.
I like that mindset. You got to believe in yourself, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and we have performances coming up, right? We're going to be playing The Bitter End, as we discussed with the others. So, any expectations for that or anything that we can look forward to?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun.
It's going to be
especially
really fun.
Like the second time, now that we know what we're going into.
Now you know what to expect. Maybe you'll be a little bit less nervous, right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe you'll be just as nervous. Who knows? Yeah. But either way, yeah. And then it's going to be a bigger crowd because not only do we have a little bit of our school doing these performances, but we also have the Staten Island School of Rock. So now we're expecting double the amount, right? Mm-hmm. So it's going to be good. But not to scare you, but it's going to be really fun. And I'm really proud of you. You've done a wonderful job in the band, and I think that you have so much talent.
Thank you.
I definitely cannot play piano like you can, so I definitely give you a lot of props being that you're so much younger than me, too. So, nice job.
Thank you.
And let's see. If you could choose any other instrument, if you couldn't do piano, what would you do?
I took some guitar lessons, so I could play a little guitar. I guess guitar then.
Nice. How far did you get? Would you be able to play like fluently? Like a full song or just pieces of songs?
I could play a full song.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. So there you go. Just in case. You never know. Might need a backup.
Yeah.
There you go. But thank you so much for coming out here and letting me get to ask you a bunch of questions. So
Thank you for having me.
you're welcome. All right. Thanks for coming.